This is one of the features you've been asking us about the most, and it's for a really good reason. Between Google's AI Overview, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and Perplexity, the way people learn about your business is changing. And a lot of you have been asking us the same thing. How is my own site actually holding up in this new era of search? That's exactly what today's video is about. I'm going to walk you through SEOptimer's new GEO audit. It's a real game changer for agencies because you can run a comprehensive GEO audit on most websites in a minute or two. GEO stands for Generative Engine Optimization, and this report shows you how well AI search engines and LLMs can find your content, understand it, and recommend it to the right people. At a high level, we'll cover three things today. First, how to run the audit on any website. Second, what each section of the report actually means. And third, how to use those findings to genuinely improve your visibility across AI search. Let's dive in. Now, before we dive into the report itself, I want to give you a quick heads up on where you can find the GEO audit on SEOptimer. You get some free trial credits to run it on both the White Label plan and the White Label and Embedding plan, so if you're on either of those, you can try it out right away. If you end up wanting heavier usage, GEO audits also have their own tiered plans based on credits, so you can pick whichever one fits how much you're planning to run. To access it, head over to your SEOptimer dashboard and click into White Label Reports. From here, you can run full audit on any URL, whether that's your own site, a client site, or even a prospect site if you're doing lead gen. Once you're in there, just enter the URL the same way you would run a regular SEO audit, and it generates the full GEO breakdown in a minute or two. Once it's done, you'll land on the Audit Results section, and this gives you the overall grade along with a breakdown simplified into 5 categories: accessibility, content, prompt visibility, citations, and on-page SEO. You will also see a recommendations count under it, so you know right away how much there is to work through. First up is LLM Accessibility. This measures whether AI crawlers can actually get into your site and read it properly. It looks at some of the common technical and mechanical things that might help or hinder LLMs from accessing your content, such as your robots.txt file, your XML sitemap, whether you're using a no index tag or header, or how much your content is rendered, since a lower level of rendered content tends to make a page easier for LLMs to read. It also checks whether you have an LLM's TXT file. It's a newer standard, and it's one of the easier fixes if it comes back missing. Next is LLM Content Analysis, and this one works a little differently. Instead of just checking boxes, this is AI actually reading through the text and visual content of your site and looking at how clearly your entity and your offering come across for LLMs to parse and cite. Because AI is making that judgment, each check works more like a scale than a simple pass or fail. So take contact transparency, for example. If you've got phone number, address, contact form, business details, and socials all clearly listed on your site, that maxes out your score. Only showing a couple of those and you would land on the lower end of the scale instead. There are a few more checks under this section, such as identity schema, whether you have organization and person schema in place, entity definition, whether the page has clearly identifies who you are, answer alignment, whether you have question and answer style content like an FAQ, citation readiness, whether your page has citable facts, quotes, or stats, content structure, how well organized the page is for AI to parse, content freshness, whether there are clear signals your content is current, and authority and trust signals, so those are things like licenses, testimonials, and social proof. This section is a good one to slow down on since a few small additions like adding an FAQ section and a clear publish date on your content can move the needle here pretty quickly. The AI search ranking section shows your estimated traffic from Google Organic Search, paid search, and AI overviews, so you can see how much of your traffic is already coming through AI-driven search. Below that, you'll see top AI overview citations, the specific keywords where an AI overview is showing up with a citation link to your site, along with positions, search volume, and estimated traffic for each one. And now we've arrived at prompt visibility. And this is where things get really useful. This measures how often and how prominently your business gets mentioned when people ask AI assistants for recommendations in your space. You'll get a platform snapshot showing citation weight across ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and Perplexity individually. Honestly, you're not ready for this next part because this might be the most impressive piece of the whole report. You will see competitor visibility, competitor average position, and competitor dominance. And together, they give you a real visual snapshot of exactly where you stand against your competitors. Competitor visibility shows how often each competitor is showing up across the discovery prompts, laid out as a ranked list so you can see immediately who's dominating and where you fall in that lineup. Average position shows where your competitors tend to land when they do show up, and competitor dominance breaks it down as a pie chart so you can see your actual share of the overall conversation compared to everyone else in the space. Below that is the prompt by prompt ranking. Real discovery questions someone might ask, specifically suited to your business type and location, especially if you're local. And you can see exactly what each AI assistant set back so you can see who's getting recommended and how high up you show up in that list. Up next, we have important citations. This checks whether you're being referenced on the high authority sources AI search engines and LLMs tend to trust and cite, so places like Wikipedia and Reddit. These citations help establish your businesses as a recognized entity, so if these come back empty, it's a sign there's not much backing up your brand outside of your own website. Last section is website on-page SEO results. Now, you might think to yourself, what is it doing in the GEO audit? Well, Google's own VP of Search has said that foundational SEO is your launchpad to AI success. Good SEO is good GEO. This section walks you through the classic on-page fundamentals, so things like title tags, meta descriptions, H1 tags, image alt text, canonical tags, and structured data. Now, the reason this section is included is that if these fundamentals aren't in order on your site, none of the AI-specific optimizations will fully pay off. So this is your baseline, you gotta get it strong first. So now you've got the full picture. You've got an overall grade, 5 subscores, a list of prioritized recommendations, and detailed breakdowns of your content, your visibility across AI platforms, your citation profile, and your on-page SEO. If you're an agency getting into GEO, this is honestly one of the most useful tools you'll find to start putting business with it. Walking a prospect through exactly where they stand and exactly what to fix is a pretty compelling pitch on its own. Here's how I'd recommend using it. Start with the recommendation list at the top. It's already prioritized by impact, so higher priority items go first, and within those, tackle the ones tagged in the lowest list first. Adding identity schema, implementing an LLM's TXT file, fixing your title tag, these are all of the things that you can do in an afternoon that will significantly improve your grading. We've also got full guides covering each of these areas on our blog, so if you want a deeper walkthrough on any of these fixes, that's a good place to start. So that's SEOptimer's GEO audit. A full breakdown of how your site is positioned across AI search, including your content, your prompt visibility, your competitor landscape, and your on-page fundamentals all in one report. As I mentioned, you get a free trial credits to run the GEO audit on both the White Label plan and the White Label and Embedding plan. Links in the description below. And if this walkthrough was helpful, please subscribe to the SEOptimer channel and follow us on social media. We put out tutorials, feature breakdowns, and practical guides for agencies and business owners on a regular basis, especially around where AI search is heading. You wouldn't want to miss them. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.